Let's take you back to this now. Another story that we're concurrently monitoring is, of course, the visitation by the senior evidence leaders, in fact, commissioners of the Madlanga inquiry there. That is Sandile Khumalo SC alongside Sesibaloi SC. We also understand evidence leader Advocate Brakpan SABC is also part of this delegation to visit, of course, the slain Marius van der Merwe, or popularly known as Witness D, at the Madlanga Commission. Chriselda Lewis is live to us from there. Good afternoon to you.
Well, afternoon to you once again, Alicia. And after spending well over an hour inside the home of the slain Marius van der Merwe, you see there Advocate Sesibaloi SC, as well as evidence leader Advocate Brakpan SABC, after paying their condolences to the family of Witness D, as he'd become to be known at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. See family members just waving them off a bit earlier on, bringing in some flowers for the family to pass their condolences, of course, over the assassination of Marius van der Merwe. This was on the 5th of December. Getting into the car there, right in the front, Advocate Brakpan SC, who's of course the evidence leader. And I guess, of course, while there has been speculation and investigations continue into the cause of this assassination, there of course had been, some speculation, of course, that due to Marius van der Merwe's testimony at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, that perhaps his assassination could be linked to that. I must say that investigations, of course, still continue at this stage. So here to pass their condolences, they had been inside the house just well over an hour, paying their respects. The family a little bit towards the gate where you might not see. They're inside the yard. And this, of course, as investigations continue into possibly what had taken place. You'd recall, of course, that, and in fact, Alicia, I also want to read for you, because this had been what transpired, I would say, sometime this afternoon. In fact, you had conducted an interview with AfriForum, and this, of course, relates to one of the issues that was mentioned by Marius van der Merwe at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. In fact, his family, we understand from AfriForum, has contacted AfriForum, and essentially what they are saying is that they're demanding justice for their family member, who is Emmanuel Mbensi, who you would recall van der Merwe had testified about, and the family said they learned about the disturbing details of their loved one's death for the first time. This is when Marius van der Merwe, who was also known as Witness D, testifying at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. And that family wanting justice, they're saying that since his murder, this was, of course, on the 15th of April 2022, they had not gotten any closure. For the very first time, they heard at the commission, when van der Merwe had been testifying, that the details surrounding Mr. Mbensi's death. They have now been in touch with AfriForum. AfriForum is going to be representing the family, as the spokesperson Barry Bateman indicated on your show a little bit earlier on. The conclusion of the visit, of course, by the commissioners of the Madlanga Commissioners of Inquiry. I'm just going to ask my colleague to just pan towards that direction. You'll see those are the vehicles that are leaving at this particular stage. And certainly a very tough time for this family and for this particular community. I mean, just speaking to some of the community members in this particular area, they spoke to us about hearing gunshots on that particular day, and hearing those gunshots, they say it was loud bangs. One even told me that the the windows of their house had rattles, describing essentially how traumatizing it had been for this particular community. And, at this particular stage, police are investigating the matter. You would recall that police did issue a statement indicating that they had basically had 3 persons of interest that they had spoken to, and those particular individuals, they believe, may have some information relating to the assassination of Marius van der Merwe, and a vehicle. One of the vehicles had subsequently been found, we understand, in Alexandra relating to this particular incident. But of course, as this family prepares, for the final send-off of Marius van der Merwe, and this community that we've spoken to a little bit earlier on, expressing still shock at what has happened, and these family members, of course, receiving this courtesy visit, a condolence visit, if I can, from this particular visiting the family this afternoon. And I mean, the sentiment that has been shared, including from the President Cyril Ramaphosa, about the devastation. Clearly, Marius van der Merwe might have said something at the Commission that might have sparked what would have happened. But as investigations continue, one certainly cannot point to that specifically. We'll certainly hear from investigators and senior management in police once there's any movement in that particular investigation. But that's essentially what has taken place here today. A condolence visit by the Madlanga Commission commissioners. This is Advocate Brakpan SABC. In fact, that is the evidence leader, and the 2 commissioners who are also in attendance here, passing their condolences to the family of Marius van der Merwe.
All right, that's where we're going to leave it with SABC News senior reporter Chriselda Lewis joining us live from Brakpan, right outside the home of slain witness, namely Marius van der Merwe. And a short while ago, that delegation of senior commissioners as well as evidence leader Madlanga SC have just, of course, departed from the home from that condolence visit.